So I think showing young people that they're not alone and that what they're experiencing is truthful and is seen on screen in such a way, I think that it'll normalize the conversations and make people feel more safe about those things.
Manche Menschen lieben, andere kämpfen. Und manchmal ist es schwer, den Unterschied zu erkennen. Ich wurde als Kämpferin geboren, aber von irgendwas musste ich erleben und ich habe niemanden, der mir hilft. Wenn ich nicht in der Uni war, trainierte ich Klienten von Julian James, dem besten Kämpfer in unserer Gegend.
First of all, congratulations on your new film, Perfect Addiction. The first question I have for you is, why did you want to be part of the movie, and what makes the role of Sienna for you so interesting? Or why did you choose to play Sienna?
I wanted to be a part of the movie because I always want to tell stories that are somehow working to change narratives in the world, to be more constructive to society. And I think this movie, it helps women feel empowered. It shows women that they can do anything and everything, and just because maybe society tells them that they have to play a certain role doesn't mean they need to stay in that. They can step outside of that and challenge societal norms. And I think playing Sienna was really important to me because she's very fearless, very strong, and very flawed. She's a real human being, you know. She's driven by revenge and rage, but at the same time has a really big heart. And I was really interested in playing her strengths and her vulnerability.
Yeah, you just said strength. Sienna is really strong. She's an MMA fighter. And I was wondering while I was watching the movie, how much training did it take for you to get into the role of Sienna?
It took me about 8 weeks of intense training, 6 times a week, twice a day. I was training with my trainer in New York, Jerry Joseph, and then going straight to fight training with Dan Anderson. So eating pretty clean as well. You know, I didn't want to be too strict on myself diet-wise because I wanted to just be healthy and listen to my body. But it took about 8 weeks of very intense working out and training for that.
Okay, so did you had experience back then? Like before the filming?
No, I had no fight experience. Just working out experience, like, you know, lifting weights and doing cardio, but the fighting was brand new.
Okay, but you did it very good. That was like the best part of the movie.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I thought that was like so good, well played from you and from the other cast members. But now I want to ask a question about the director, Castille Landon. You've worked with her before on another film. What do you appreciate the most about her work and working with her?
I love working with Castille, so I'll say that first. I really appreciate how calm her essence is. I feel like she really sets a tone on set. She's such a boss. She literally comes to set, she knows exactly what she wants. Our first day, we wrapped 4 hours early, and that's almost unheard of in our industry. But she just knows what she wants, she knows how to communicate, she's very kind, very patient, and very talented. So it's just great.
Okay, and now a more critical question. Apart from the fighting scenes, from the MMA fighting, we also see some kind of teen version of 50 Shades of Grey. And I was wondering, does it make sense to put such an image of sex and partnership into young people's heads?
Well, I think that it's true to the human experience. And as much as we want to think that young people aren't thinking or experiencing these things, I think that they are. At least I know that I was to a certain extent when I was younger. So I think showing young people that they're not alone and that what they're experiencing is truthful and is seen on screen in such a way, I think that it'll normalize the conversations and make people feel more safe about those things.
So is that also the message of the film? Or what is like the main message from Perfect Addiction in your mind?
I think the main message of Perfect Addiction is forgiveness. And it was something Ross said earlier that really resonated with me. I think forgiveness of yourself, forgiveness of others is the main message. You know, Sienna has learning to forgive her own self and her sister and her ex-boyfriend. Caden is forgiving himself and his past. Jax is also forgiving his mistakes. Beth is doing the same thing. So I think forgiveness is the overall message of the film.
Mm-hmm. And how much of the role of Sienna is part of you? Like how much, you know, you identify with the role of Sienna? Is a lot of Sienna in yourself?
I think there were moments where I felt a lot of myself. I think in her playfulness, there is the painting scene between Sienna and Caden, and I felt a lot like myself in those moments where Sienna really gets to laugh and smile and feel light. I think that I see myself in her in that way.
Okay. And now my last question would be, what will be your next project? And do you have like a genre in mind you want to do next?
Yes, actually, I would love to do like a romantic comedy. Perfect Addiction showed me what it felt like to play a romance. Although, you know, it was very tough and dramatic, I would love to lean into the romance and do a comedy, you know, bring back those like classic rom-coms. That'd be amazing.
We love the classic rom-coms. Yeah.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, so thank you very much. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a good start of the film.
Thank you so much. Nice to talk to you.
Du weißt, dass sie dich nur benutzt, um sich an mir zu rächen.
The joke's on you.